had that tone in his voice too. The way he said, "World champion of what?"
Wait, what's un? What's un?
Un. 1 versus 1. One on one.
30 meters, 40 meters, 50 meters, 60. He's in last place. And then he does what Noah Lyles does. Turns on the big engines.
I fuck with Australia. When did this happen? I fuck with y'all. Got the baby back rib song?
When it comes to... No, that's Chili's.
Oh, fuck.
Jason.
Yes.
We're into the back half of the Olympics now. We're coming up on the end of it. I'm curious now that gymnastics is done, swimming is done. We're starting to check off all of the major ones. What's a non-mainstream Olympic event that you're really invested in, super watching?
You know what? I will say I've been watching a lot of badminton. I've been watching a lot of table tennis. I've been watching a lot of fencing, but last couple of days, because track's been going on, I've been really drilling down on the high jump. I was watching the women's high jump the other day.
Okay.
And I gotta say, the fucking high jump is bullshit. It's bullshit. Do you know what the Fosbury flop is? You know,
I have no idea anything you're about to say. No.
The Fosbury flop is this technique that is the dominant high jump technique that everybody does now. It started in 68, the Mexico City Olympics. 68 is really when it blew up. And it's that Dick Fosbury, American Dick Fosbury pioneered it. And it's that technique where you like jump and you go backwards butt first over the high bar. Right. And then you land on your butt. That's bullshit. I'm just going to say it now. The Fosbury flop ruined the high jump. Think about it in your mind, Shea. If I say, I jumped over that thing, what do you picture? What do you picture in your mind? You picture me jumping, right? Michael Jordan, the Air Jordan logo, straddling over that shit and then landing on my feet. I don't necessarily have to like stick the landing, but I land like feet down. Right. This is not jumping. This is like this is just some kind of cheat. And it's not aesthetically pleasing. Like the fact that these high jump athletes probably think to themselves, oh yeah, I jump higher than Anthony Edwards. No, you fucking don't. Because you go butt first, which is not any way that anybody naturally jumps. It'd be like if I invented a way of like running on all fours and I won the 100-meter dash. Wouldn't everybody be like, no, come on. Let's invent another thing, but you can't do that. I'm sorry, but the high jump sucks. You think you're going to be like, wow, I'm blown away by the sky like miles that these people are putting. Oh, holy shit. But it just looks stupid. It looks dumb. It's terrible.
Because they're jumping over 6 feet, right? The bar, like at that level.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look cool. I don't care that the bar has to come down if you take the Fosbury flop out of it. At least it'll look fucking cool. And it should look cool. It's the Olympics.
What about this? How about this as the change? Because when you were saying, what do you picture when you think of somebody jumping? The first image that came to mind was that commercial that Kobe did where when his new shoes came out, where he jumped over the car.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Okay, so the new Olympic high jump is that. It's just different sized cars driving at people and you got to jump over it.
I love that. And I think that's a great idea.
We solved it.
You start with like a Matchbox car and you build it
little
up.
Car.
You just like
remote control car.
Yeah.
Golf cart, Lamborghini.
Great job, Shea.
Ford F-150.
Are you watching anything? What are you watching?
You know what I'm super into right now? I'm super into volleyball.
Volleyball.
I really, really like volleyball. And now, outdoor in the sand, 2-on-2, that's fine. I'll watch it if it's on. But the one I'm talking about is indoor, 6-on-6 volleyball madness. Just a fucking 12 giant human beings in a tiny, tiny space banging a ball around. Well, I guess there's 10 giants, and then each team has one small person who I still don't understand that person's job. They're in the back.
They're like covering the ground.
Yeah,
They have to cover the ground.
But watching them play last night, I was watching the men's USA versus Brazil, and then this morning I was watching USA the women's versus Poland,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like because they're so big, they're all fucking 6'8" or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and jumping 12 feet in the air. I felt like
legitimate
I was watching
jumping. Actually,
legitimate jumping.
Yes.
I felt like I'm watching a scene in Avatar of
They're
like
crazy.
it's really I really enjoy it. I love a big athlete.
I love
Give me a big athlete.
I love a big spike. I love, you know what else I love? I love that fake spike where like
they do it every time.
The big hammer guy comes in like he's really going to do it. And then the other person comes in the other side and just like taps it over.
I fall for it every time too. I'm like, oh, here he comes. Oh, fuck. Do it the other way.
And you know the fucked up thing is all these.
What is it?
All these high jump floppers are looking at that and go, I jump higher than that person. No, you don't.
All right. You want to start the show?
Let's start the show.
From Wondery, I'm Shea Serrano.
And I'm Jason Concepcion.
And this is 6 Trophies, where we hate the high jump.
Fuck the high jump.
But first is out.
Get it out. Jump like a real person. Hello, I'm Jason Concepcion, and welcome to 6 Trophies, a podcast series hosted by myself and Shea Serrano, in which we comb through all the NBA news from the past week and hand out 6 pop culture themed trophies for 6 basketball related activities in this episode. 3-on-3 basketball, not the USA's strongest sport. Noah Lyles, 10 toes down on the finish line.
I love him.
And we're into the knockout round for USA basketball. Let's hand out some trophies.
When I win a gold medal at the Olympics, that's what's going to play.
Yeah.
That's going to be my anthem.
When's that going to happen? When's that going to be?
LA 2028. I've already started training.
What are you going in for?
All around gymnastics. Men's all around.
Oh, sick.
The toughest one.
I might see you there. I might see you in that.
You're going to be in that one too?
Well, they said I could do just whatever opens up because they know what kind of all around athlete I am.
Right.
So they said we just need a backup. Like if we need a backup for anything,
for
like
anything,
cycling or wrestling, whatever, you're in.
I'm gonna do men's all around. I'm gonna do the 100-meter dash, and judo. Those are the 3.
Judoka. Why didn't you go this year?
I was busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some clothes in the dryer. I needed to get them out, so I couldn't make it. But 2028, I'll be ready.
2028. I had similar thing. I don't want to travel.
Yeah.
It's 2028. It'll be in LA, and I can just like walk to the stuff.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
We do 2 sets of trophies: the big trophies and the little trophies. The big trophies are first. These ones are the same every week. First up, the Denzel Washington and Training Day Trophy, given out to whoever it is who had the best overall performance of the week. This week's winner, 2 of them, the men's and women's USA basketball teams.
Let's go.
It's time to get serious. So our men and women got serious, and nobody stands a chance. Nobody's going to beat either team. It won't even be particularly close. We've been saying it since the beginning. We're watching it now. You could, we just watched it.
I just want to say I give my full respect to Serbia, who is our next opponent, and who I think, obviously Jokic is arguably the best player in the world right now. And so I want to acknowledge that it's very possible that they give us a run.
Mm-hmm.
I do expect the men to win that game. And on the women's side, this stat came up the other day, and I thought it was fake. We've won 58 straight. Our women. Mm-hmm. 58 straight Olympic games. We haven't dropped an Olympic game since 1992.
Over 30 years.
When I heard that, I went, hold on. Is that real? Like, why do people even play us?
That's the whole point. Hold
on a second. we haven't lost a game since some of these players have been alive.
Yeah.
That's real?
Yeah. Like in their lifetimes. In Sabrina Ionescu's lifetime, she has never watched Team USA lose a basketball game. You think she's going to lose one on her watch? You think on her watch we're going to lose a game? No. You think Brianna Stewart's watch? Asia Wilson. Man. These are all players who have never seen us lose. You think they're going to let us lose now? Fuck that.
I mean, it's just a testament to the kind of generational basketball talent that we pump out year after year after year after year, Olympics after Olympics. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I expect both the men and the women to get gold. I think they're the overwhelming favorites at this point.
I was watching Serbia play earlier today. I was texting with my cousins, and he pointed out how much fun it is watching Jokic play with not good teammates because he becomes like he's so mad. He's so annoyed that you can tell that he's throwing the ball to somebody besides Jamal Murray. Yeah. He's like, fucking this guy. Where's Jamal? Get Jamal out here, please. Where's Aaron Gordon? I gotta throw it to this guy. He looks so mad.
You can tell too by his stats when he has he had 4 steals.
Yeah.
When he's doing shit like that, you're just like, uh-oh. Big guy's got to try and do it all tonight. You know what? I was watching, man, I got to say, Canada, a lot of talk about this golden generation of theirs.
Oh, I love it.
Most NBA athletes outside of the U.S. currently in the Olympics. They got Dylan Brooks. They got MVP candidate SGA. They got RGA Barrett. They got Jamal. Mm-hmm. They got dudes over there. Mm-hmm. What the fuck happened? What happened? Evan Fournier just shot him out of the tournament. What happened?
Them lights got bright. Dylan
Brooks went 0 for 8 or something on his first 8 shots. Was playing Russian roulette with a fully loaded revolver. What happened?
It was not great for them. It was not great, but we're gonna run away with it. We're not worried about this at all. The thing that's interesting about the men's game, the men's team, the women's team is just arguing amongst the players themselves. Is this person better than that person? Who should be out there? Who shouldn't be out there? You were asking before we jumped on. That was the thing we were talking about. Is Devin Booker better than Jason Tatum? Was the question that you posed?
That is the question I posed. Tatum got some spot minutes. He got in the game today. Halliburton got in the game. The game was out of control by the time Hallie got in it. And, Booker has been getting significant run, backed up by Anthony Edwards for the most part. And then Tatum has gotten in there for a few games here and there, which begged the question, is Devin Booker better than Jason Tatum? Is he actually better than him?
No, he's not better than Jason Tatum. But here's the thing. He is cooler than Jason Tatum.
It's close though, right? It's close.
It's, I don't know. I don't know that it's particularly close. I mean, they're both great. But I think if you were picking, you have 10 teams picking who do they want first. I think they're all they would all pick Tatum first. You know what I mean?
I think that's probably right. Here's an interesting one to me, because I think we all agree that Jason Tatum is better than Anthony Edwards. On paper, eye test, he's better. Mm-hmm. And yet, doesn't it feel like Ant somehow has an edge that doesn't make sense?
Yes, it does.
Maybe it's the swag or just the energy or something.
That's exactly what it is. Again, this is what I was just mentioning with Book. Devin Booker's cooler than Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is an exceptional basketball player. I have argued on this show that he's in the top 5 in the world basketball players. But if you're talking about cool, who are the coolest players? He's anywhere near the top of anything. He's not as cool as Devin Booker. He doesn't look as cool as Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards just looks, he might be the coolest in the whole entire league, Anthony Edwards. He just looks cool. He has a cool face and he moves cool and he shoots the ball cool. There's that that TikTok that pops up every time Jason Tatum shoots a shot, where the guy's making fun of this elephant trunk unfurling sort of jump shot that Tatum has.
Yeah.
He's just not cool is the thing. He's just not as cool as the rest of them.
He's absolutely not as cool. Devin Booker's cool. Potentially could skyrocket, seeing as he is now rumored. It is rumored that he is dating United States gold medal winning Olympian Suni Lee because they were photographed together. That's literally all the evidence they have, is that they were photographed together somewhere in Paris. But she's leaning into it. I mean, it's like there's no hover hand. I get it. They do look cute together, and I'll tell you what, that's a power couple if it did happen. And Devin Booker's cool would immediately rise.
The 2040 Olympics, the 2048 Olympics, 2044 Olympics. Forget about it. We got little baby Suni Devin Booker coming out there. It's a wrap, baby. It's a wrap. That's what I think should happen at all of the Olympics. All of the athletes should find somebody and fall in love with another Olympian. Yeah. Just keep making the strongest possible babies. Fall in love with an Olympian. Go for it. They're all right there. The fastest person in the world. He's right there. She's right there. What? That would be crazy. The fastest man, the fastest woman. They have the fastest baby in the world.
You mentioned the fastest baby?
That'd be incredible.
You just had the fastest baby?
Yeah, I would love to have the fastest baby.
Pretty cool. Hell yeah.
Next trophy, the Lauryn Hill. You might win some, but you just lost one trophy. Given out to whoever it is who had the worst overall performance of the week. This week's winner, the men's Team USA 3-on-3 basketball team. Didn't go awesome. Wasn't awesome.
Yeah, respect to all of our athletes out there competing for the red, white, and blue. I'm not sure that a washed Jimmer Fredette is the linchpin that we want.
He's the number one ranked 3-on-3 player in the world, Jason.
Is he? Well, then they got to redo these rankings. I like Jimmer, fun college career, but he's been out of it. And by it, I mean like competitive 5-on-5 basketball. Don't we have somebody who's in the prime of it? Who's in the peak? We don't have anybody a little bit younger than Jimmer?
So the men's team, they played 7 games. They won 2 of them. They lost 5 of them. They're eliminated from the tournament. We beat France and China. We lost to Serbia, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and the Netherlands. It didn't go awesome. Here's my thing about this thing, Jason. Yeah. Here's my thing about 3-on-3 basketball at the Olympics. Mm-hmm. I don't care.
I don't care either.
I don't care 1 single percent.
Thank you for making it okay to say that.
I love basketball. It's my absolute favorite sport. I do not care about 3-on-3 basketball at the Olympics.
I'll say this about 3-on-3.
What am I watching? Watching?
Here's the thing about 3-on-3. 3-on-3, if I go to like the county fair and there's a 3-on-3 tournament, I'll sit there and be like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. I'll watch this. Yeah. At the Olympics, I'm like, it's just like basketball, but less of it.
Well, because it's different is the thing. Like if you just are watching a 3-on-3 game at the park, all right, they're playing, somebody scores, great. That team, you get the ball back. It's make it, take it, first of all. And you're bringing it back in. You're restarting from the top of the key or from half court or whatever. In this one, you make a shot. The other team doesn't wait for shit. They just grab the ball. They bring it in from under the court, under the rim, it seems like. They're just immediately, I have no idea what's going on. I don't want to learn about it. I don't care. I'm not interested. When you say Olympic basketball, Team USA, the dream team, the redeem team, dream team 2. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm picturing. Class, prestige, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Breonna Stewart, Asia Wilson. That's what I'm picturing. The pageantry. We've talked about it. The pageantry. That's what I want.
You make a good point in that 3-on-3 is so significantly different. Like, I love Soraya Mohammed, the Egyptian queen, who plays 3-on-3 for Egypt and has a really like wild Pistol Pete type basketball style. That's what I want to see in 3-on-3. I want to see something completely mutated and different. I want to see like the professor. You know what I mean? Like I want to see great.
You know, and one tour. Bring that back.
They bring that back for this. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see like cuts and like normal stuff and set the pick. I want to see like something really nuts. Soraya Muhammad has like this magnetic style that it's like you want to watch her. And I don't feel like any of our, again, shouts to our, much respect to all of our 3x3 athletes and all our American athletes. It's just not, there's something that's not that compelling about it, specifically when you have like a ground bound Jimmer Fredette who's like anchoring the men, not to besmirch the reputation of Knicks legend Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I felt the same way about this as I did when USA lost in the FIBA World Cup or whatever. And I was like, I don't care. Tell me when the dream team is here.
Maybe this loss is what we need to start caring to really get.
I don't
serious.
think so. We didn't even qualify. We didn't even qualify for the last Olympics in 3-on-3. The men's side didn't. It didn't matter. It doesn't. This is not what we're here for. This is a whole different thing.
We're not here for this.
I asked my mom to buy me Nikes, and she took me to Payless. That's what this is. And she got me some, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. Next trophy. The Dominic Toretto, I live my life a quarter mile at a time trophy. Give it out to a person or team who made a short-term decision with no regard for future consequence. This week's winner, all of the NBA players who trolled Noah Lyles.
Let's go.
They talk shit about Noah Lyles after Noah Lyles talked shit about them.
That's right. Tell them what happened.
He said, okay. So Noah Lyles wins a big race, becomes a world champion, and then during his press conference, seemingly out of nowhere, he starts saying, "Well, the thing that bothers me is that when an NBA team wins a championship, they start calling themselves world champions. They didn't play the world. They played teams in North America. That's all they played. They should be league champions, not world champions." That's what Noah Lyles said. As an argument, it makes sense, like theoretically. But
he had that tone in his voice too. The way he said, "World champion of what?"
Yeah,
a little edge to it.
Like technically, it makes sense what he's saying, but nobody believes that a Lithuanian team is gonna. You're not gonna beat the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah,
You're not gonna beat the Boston Celtics.
Partizan is not gonna push the Boston Celtics for like the true world championship. FC Barcelona is not gonna do that. Much respect.
Here's the actual real Noah Lyles quote. You know the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals and they have world champion on their head, referring to the hats that they get to put on. World champion of what? The United States? Which is great. Noah Lyles talking shit is great.
It's really good. I do like it.
That happens. Kevin Durant comes out. Damian Lillard, Aaron Gordon, Tyus Jones, Devin Booker. Everybody's like, come on, relax, Noah Lyles. Talking shit about him. So they're ready. They're ready to watch him lose in the Olympics.
Everybody had it.
Everybody.
They had it ready to go.
They had so many. They had it. They were ready to push send on that thing. Let me watch it. Let me watch this.
They had the haterade all ready to be dumped all over Noah Lyles.
In attendance, in person for Noah Lyles' 100-meter race. Devin Booker, Grant Hill, Tyronn Lue, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum. They're all there. Josh Hart waiting before the race. He tweets, "I'm a hater," just so y'all know. Like he's ready. He's ready to talk shit for when Noah Lyles loses this race, which he probably, he won the world championship last year. He was, but he wasn't the favorite going into it because it's not his main race.
Not his main race.
He runs the 200. But he goes out there, stands next to the 7 fastest men on the planet, starts immediately, as soon as they announce his name, just sprints out there, jumping, beating on his chest, screaming at everybody.
I was like, is this too much? Are you expending too much energy? That was a thought I had. Was like, are you doing too much before? Like, save some of this.
He's ready. Gets into the blocks. They get down. Pa! the gun goes off or whatever it is, and they all go. And the 7 fastest men who aren't Noah Lyles get out in front of him. He's in last place at 10 meters. He's in last place at 20 meters, 30 meters, 40 meters, 50 meters, 60. He's in last place. And then he does what Noah Lyles does, turns on the big engines.
Big jets.
For the last 20 meters and just chases them all down, gets every single one of them, wins in a photo finish by 5/1000ths of a second or whatever it is to be crowned the official fastest man on the planet. And it's not his race. It's not what he does.
That's so sick. And let me say this.
He talked all that shit and then he backed it up.
I loved it. Noah Lyles won. I believe that. I just want to say that I've seen the photo. I've looked at the photo. I don't know how many times in the last several days. I still can't tell you how and why he's the winner. I believe that. I believe them. I believe them. And I believe he won. But I look at that picture and I'm like, I don't know what we're looking at. Like, it's crazy how close it was. It's insane.
It's a sliver of daylight that's in there. So at first I thought, I always wondered, why doesn't somebody just fucking dive? Like when you're getting close, just dive. or you know what I mean? Karate kick, reach your hand out, something.
Fosbury flopping the 100-meter dash.
I always wondered why they didn't do that. And then amidst all of the photo explanations, they explained it's not by the feet, it's not by the hand, it's not even by your head, it's by your torso. Yeah. That's what they measure, your chest. And so at that picture, you're looking, and there's a tiny slice of light between the Jamaican, his chest and the finish line, and Noah Lyles. I thought he lost. Watching it live, I thought he lost.
I thought he lost too. It looked like Jamaica got it. I'd wear a bra. Yeah. I'd wear a bra to the 100-meter. And again, I don't know how many times I've looked at that photo, and I'm like, okay, I believe you, but I still. Shouts to the people who have to analyze that because it was crazy. And shouts to Noah Lyles for talking that shit and backing it up.
Oh, I was so happy. I was screaming at the TV and yelling at the TV. I mean,
you might argue that that's as much pressure as any single athlete has faced in recent memory. Because the entire NBA universe and all of its fans were going to come down on his head if he didn't win that race.
It was the marquee event of that day. It was the very last Olympic event that happened. The whole stadium is dark. They've got the lights all going. They introduce him. And then they had him just stand out there for like 2 minutes straight while some music played. And they're all waiting. And you're like, fuck, I'm nervous just watching it. And here's the thing though. This is what I noticed when I was watching the women's 100 meters. And they're introducing the runners. And they're coming out there. And you can tell looking at them when someone's nervous. You can be like, oh, this is Nick Anderson at the free throw line right now. Like this is tight. John Starks at the free throw line.
There's something tight.
He does not want to shoot these free. Yeah. And so they're introducing the women runners for the 100 meters, and they're it's this person, it's that person, this person, and then they introduced Julian Alfred, and she walked out there and she stood there like she had already won the race. And it's like, holy I'd never heard of this person before the heats. She's going to win. Sha'Carri's out there. I wanted Sha'Carri to win. But just looking at how they introduced him and how she stood there, she's going to win. And that's what it felt like when Noah Lyles came out. Because if you watched, not the primetime in Paris, but if you watched like the live version, they introduced the first guy, Kung Fu Kenny, the American runner. And they introduce his name and he goes to come out. And they stop him, and he's like, hold on, wait, don't go out there yet. Like, stand right here for a second. And he looks flustered, like, what? You threw off my whole rhythm. And he looks a little shook. And then each person that came after that, they looked a little bit better. But when they announced Noah Lyles, and he ran out of the tunnel like the fucking ultimate warrior, you're like, oh, God, he might actually do this. He's going to do this. No nerves in him, no panic. I love that kid.
It was amazing.
Next trophy, the Daniel Plainview. I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my boy trophy, which is given out to a player or team temporarily given up on for the week. This week's winner, we're giving up on Team France coach Vincent Collet for saying Wemby is a ball hog. Shut up, coach.
He said it. Vincent Collet.
What are you doing? What are you saying? That's your only good player. Get out of here. That's your best player.
France has been, I think it's fair to say, struggling through these Olympics. There's been a lot of, they just don't have any guards. Like Wemby, Gobert, awesome. Frank Ntilikina is, in the guard rotation. Knicks legend Frank Ntilikina, and that he's probably the best guy. And they're just like not good enough. And so Wemby has been at times trying to do it all. He tried to do it all against Germany. He didn't have a particularly great game. And France coach Vincent Collet said the following. You stop the ball too much against the kind of aggressiveness. You can't play that way. You will never earn the because they come to double team and they don't play to operate. It's important to move the ball.
Wait, what's un? What's un?
Un et un. 1 versus 1. One on one. Vincent Collet has spoken. He continues. En France, everybody waits for him. I don't know which word to use in Anglais, but everybody waits for him. You have the people who know basketball and they understand he's only 20 years old. People like sports, but they don't know basketball. They think Victor already Michael Jordan. Take time. It take time. Pass the ball.
I feel like we hit 3-4 different countries in that accent.
Yeah.
We were bouncing around. We were bouncing around Europe there.
A little tour of Europe.
Yeah. This is the first time I've heard this guy's name, and I already don't like him. I don't like him. How could you say that about Wemby? He's Wemby. He should be a ball hog. He should shoot it every single time.
He's 5-time named the best coach in the French league 5 times. 2-time winner of the French Super Cup, 2-time winner of the French Federation Cup, 3-time French League Cup winner, 2-time French Pro A-League champion. That's a lot of stuff.
You just told me right now he won the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. I don't care about any of the places or things you just said. He's not Wemby. Come to the NBA and do it. That's what I say. Vincent Collet.
Vinny Collet.
Vinny C. Come to the NBA, Vinny C. Let me see how you do when you got to coach against fucking LeBron James and Jason Tatum. Get out of here. Ball hog. Wemby's a ball hog. He should be. It's the best player that y'all have ever produced, probably. Shout out Tony Parker.
100%.
Shout out Tony Parker.
He will be. Tony right now, right? Obviously, because like Wemby has no track record. Mm-hmm. But like Wemby will be. The trajectory is like a rocket ship. Like we all understand that it's within 2 years or something. We will all know that Wemby is the greatest French player ever.
I have missed hearing the Wemby sound. I'm so glad we've gotten to hear it so many times already.
Vincent Collet does not want to hear the Wemby sound anymore.
I feel like we got to keep Vincent Collet in the roster. Of Jason voices. I'm going to ask for his opinion on several things throughout the year of this next season. Next trophy. Next trophy. The Chief Keef. That's that shit I don't like trophy. Wow. We just give it out to a player or team who does something. We just don't like it. We don't like it. We don't like it. This week's winner, Australia. All of it. The swimmers specifically. The Australian swimming team. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them.
They even before the Olympics started, they took shots at us. Australian swimmer Kate Campbell said,
she was talking shit.
This is before the Olympics even started. Quote, Australia coming out on top of the world is one thing. This is after the World Championships. But it's just so much sweeter beating America. She said, wait, what? Why? When did... This is crazy. This is like, I thought we were friends. Like Outback Steakhouse, kangaroos, the Australian Survivor. Like I fuck with Australia. When did this happen? I fuck with y'all.
Australia and the USA are longtime swimming rivals. They
That's
just
true.
hate each other. That's what's going on here. Same as you. We got Patty Mills. I love Patty Mills.
Love Patty.
Spurs
Joe Ingles?
legend.
Joe
Spurs
Ingles
legend. NBA champion Patty
Yeah.
Mills. We got my sister works at Outback Steakhouse. My sister's a waitress at Outback Steakhouse.
Much respect to everybody
the pork
at
chops.
Outback Steakhouse.
But the
Baby back ribs. The baby back ribs song.
When it comes to no, that's Chili's.
Oh fuck. No.
But when it comes to the pool, when it's time to get in that water,
That's right.
it's us versus it's America versus the Soviet Union during the Cold War is what it is. It's us versus them. They were talking so much shit. And what did get you? What did get you, Australia?
What did get you? What happened?
It got you 7 gold medals to America's 8.
Now, before this, these people on social media being like, well, we're beating the Australians. I can't even do the Australian accent. I would try. I've been working.
Try it.
Right?
That's it.
No. Nar. I can't do it. I have my like Amazon devices set up to talk to me in an Australian accent because I've been trying to work on it, but it's not like gritty enough. It's too anyway. Listen, why guys? So before we won 8 gold medals to 7, you had all these Australians on social media saying, any way you count it, we're beating them. Total medals, gold medals. By the way, that's how you really do it. The Americans are trying to say, look at all the medals. No, you go by golds. And then what happens? We beat them in gold.
We beat them in gold. It's 7-7 going into the very last race of the Olympics. And it's USA versus Australia to see who's going to do it. It's the 4x4 100 meter. And oh my God, listen. Gretchen Walsh, the 6'1" monster, the sea monster, gets in that pool and just fucking pulls away on him. She's a third leg in it. And then Tori Husk gets in that pool and fucking pulls away on him to break a world record. Break a world record. And beat Australia in the gold medal count. Again, we were just talking about it earlier, Jason. I love a big athlete. Gretchen Walsh was my favorite swimmer. And she come walking out there. She's 6'1", Jason. Her arms hang down to her feet, and she gets to doing that. Whatever this one is. I think this is a butterfly.
It's a butterfly.
I think this is a butterfly.
Yeah, the butterfly.
She gets to doing that, and you're like, oh my God, I'm looking at a Greek statue.
It's a wrap.
She was so dope. My favorite swimmer in the Olympics. I think since Michael Phelps. It was like Michael Phelps, Katie Ledecky was in there, but Gretchen Walsh is just so physically imposing. And that to me, when I'm rooting for an athlete, I'm like, I want my athlete to walk out there onto the platform and everybody else be like, oh fuck, what are we gonna do about this? And that's what she was. That's what Tori Husk was.
That's right.
Oh my God.
They wanted the smoke. They started this. We had no problem with the fine nation of Australia and its wonderful people. Shouts to Kylie Minogue, shouts to Tame Impala, shouts to Sia, AC/DC, and all the rest. Love y'all. You brought this on yourself. You wanted it. You got it.
You wanted it. Then you had to deal with Katie Ledecky and Tori Husk.
Take that,
and Gretchen Walsh.
Take that.
Reagan Smith, Kate Douglas. Next trophy, the Step Brothers Catalina Winemixer Trophy, given out to the thing we're most excited about for the upcoming week. This week's winner, the knockout rounds are here, baby.
Let's go.
You got to win or you got to get the fuck out. Win or leave. And I'm excited.
Here's what, it's time to get a little gold in the diet now.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time.
Mm-hmm.
Here are your brackets for the upcoming medal round matches. Men's basketball, Germany versus France.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a hard-fought game. Some good talent on both sides. Germany handed it to France. recently in the Olympic tournament, and I mentioned it earlier in the show. Ref's going to be wild in this one. Officials going to be crazy. They're going to. I mean, it's going to be rigged. But if you're Germany, you're going to have to fight through it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to have to fight through it. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then USA Serbia. I think the matchup between the U.S. and the team that, at least heading into this, the U.S. considered to be potentially their biggest challenge. Very excited about this.
Yeah. It's always fun when the stakes get real, when it's no more like, oh, if we lose this game, we still got another, and if we lose it, and now there's no calculating. You either win or you get the fuck out. That's it. Those are the only two options. Pick one of those two. What do you want to do? Do you want to win or do you want to get the fuck out? Now, I will say, we mentioned this thing about both the men's and women's team are just going to run away with this, is what I think.
Yeah.
I do kind of hope we get a game. I would like to see it. I would like to see it's the fourth quarter.
For the men?
Yeah. For the men.
Yeah.
It's the fourth quarter. It's a 4-point game. What happens? What does that last 2 minutes look like if we're down by 4 with 2 minutes to go? I would like to watch that. There's a chance that could happen. The women's team are so far ahead that we won't get anything close to that, but maybe on the men's side.
We've got Nigeria in the quarterfinals on the women's side.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, let's face it, we're going to win this. The women are going to win gold. Like
Easily.
a lock, a beyond lock.
Easily. Get your money in.
It's not even, it doesn't matter. It's not even a question. Forget about it.
I do hope though. I do kind of hope we get a game. Let's get a little game. Let's see what happens.
I mean, it's going to require Jokic to go absolutely nuclear. Like he's going to have to go crazy.
And he's got to play like 37 minutes.
He's got to play the whole fucking game.
Can't sit down.
He's got to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be him and Bogdanovich. Just go 2-man game going wild. Now, it could happen. And again, the refs, this is the Olympics where officiating is kind of a thing to be endured. And if they get us in foul trouble and they shoot a lot of threes and our diet of shots isn't mathematically smart enough and a couple of other things break the right way, maybe we get, I think it's absolutely plausible that we get a game from Serbia.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
I would like to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. You want to do the little trophies?
Let's do them.
Let's do the little trophies. These ones change each week and are situation specific. They're for the smaller storylines that we want to mention, but don't need to get all the way into. My first little trophy. The Bill Paxton and Edge of Tomorrow. What the hell were you thinking? Trophy. That goes to the refs who tossed out Rui Hachimura during their game against France.
Well,
for fouling Rudy Gobert. What the hell were y'all thinking? He didn't even foul him hard. He prevented Rudy Gobert from getting a dunk from a layup. Just grabbed his arm and they're like, "Get out!" It's a 2-point game in the fourth quarter. Get out. That's our best player. Get out.
That's right.
What are you doing? What the hell are you thinking?
Where are we? Look around. What country are we in? You get it. Come on. Listen, I don't like it, but that's what it is. And that's what the Olympics has always been. When we in LA in 4 years, it's going to be shenanigans. All day, all night. My first little trophy is the Queen bicycle race. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like. Trophy to Kristen Faulkner. One of the greatest gold medal wins. Maybe the most surprising gold medal win for the USA this Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
Kristen Faulkner, who's been cycling seriously for like 8.5 years, 9 years, not even a decade. Like she was just like, you know what? Let me get serious about this. Won the women's road race, a race that she wasn't even going to race in. She's in like the team pursuit and was like, you know what? Someone dropped out and she thought, well, should I do it? she promised her coaches, like, I promise I'll have energy for the team pursuit, which is really my event, but I wanted to be in the women's road race. So she competed in the women's road race, was like right there with 2 or 3 of the best, the favorites, basically. Towards the end of the race, she gets to like the last 3 kilometers and was like, fuck it, we win it. Just puts on the jets.
I'm going to go get it.
Knowing that like in a sprint to the finish, she's not going to beat these 3 women. So she's just like, I'm going to put space in between me and them. And she won the fucking gold. As like a mistake almost. It's damn incredible. Incredible win.
Incredible. You know what I think about when somebody wins a gold medal? This doesn't happen in America, obviously. But like my next little trophy. Let me just introduce the next little trophy first because it works here. All right. The Staple Swingers, You're Gonna Make Me Cry. You're Gonna Make Me Cry trophy. That trophy goes to the Italian gymnast who won the first gymnastics medal ever for her country. And it was gold. And then she just broke down into tears. I don't know how you say her name with the Italian accent, but just reading it on the screen in my head, it's Alice D'Amato. I don't know if that's the correct way. Apologies if it's not. But it's the balance beam final. She was not supposed to win a medal, but something weird was going on with that beam, and everybody kept falling off. Suni Lee fell off. Simone Biles fell. Everybody's fucking falling off. She gets up there. She doesn't fall off. They announce her score. She's in first place. She manages to hold on. She wins the first ever gymnastics medal for Italy. It's a gold medal too. She just breaks down into tears, just falls onto the floor, hand covering her face, crying and crying and crying. I'm watching it. I'm like, fuck, I'm crying. I'm about to start crying too. It was unbelievable. But as I'm watching that, I'm like, same with Julian Alfred, who we mentioned earlier, who won the first ever gold medal for St. Lucia. Like, these women become a part of the history book, right? Like when they're redoing the books, you have to say this person's name forever. Yeah. Forever. They should get a statue. It's so cool to watch this happen and go, oh, this person for the rest of their life, she's going to be 80 years old walking down the streets and they're going to be cheering for her and celebrating her. That's Alice D'Amato. She got her first Olympic gold. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Love the Olympics. My next little trophy is the Tay-Zonday.
Oh, whoa.
Chocolate rain, some stay dry and others feel the pain. Trophy 2 to the Seine River for impressing its dominance on the triathletes who dare to enter her poop-filled waters. That's right. The Belgian Olympic triathlete team has had to bow out of competition because everybody's getting sick from the waters of the Seine, and special recognition to the U.S. triathlete Seth Ryder, who did the grossest thing imaginable, the grossest thing I've ever heard of.
What was it?
Microdosing E. coli, whatever that means, ahead of the Olympics to prepare his system for the dank and historic waters of the beautiful Seine River. It's filled with poop, but that's y'all's fault for getting in it.
My last little trophy, the Tom Hardy and Legend. I come here for a fucking shootout, all right? A proper shootout with some proper men like Colonel Custard or Geronimo. You ever heard of them? No, because you were too busy in your penny baking fucking furry cakes. Trophy. To Draymond Green for just fussing at a bunch of high school players about crying for fouls. Zuri, can you play a clip of Draymond digging these kids up?
I just want to know which one of y'all done something. Quite frankly, I don't think any of y'all have done anything. But that's just me. But it's a lot of niggas good in high school. By the way, everybody's good in high school. Also, I was in high rank. And all the niggas rain before me, where are they?
So not really everybody's good in high school.
It means you're good right now. Which means you're more likely to stop working right now. That's all it means. So stop crying about the calls. Play. Play smart.
Stop crying about the calls. It's a tough message from a tough messenger.
Listen, here's the thing. I love this, first of all. I love Draymond Green yelling at some kids. It's great. Because the thing he's saying is true. The thing he's saying
It's right. It's correct. It's right.
He's Draymond Green.
Yeah.
He has a fistful of championship rings. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do what he does. He also explained earlier in that clip that complaining to the refs and doing all of his shenanigans has cost him over $2 million in fines. You got to deal with that part of it also. But he's just talking to some kids, telling them, hey, you're fucking stop crying for fouls. Stop. This is Draymond Green who's doing this. They were probably so excited to meet Draymond Green, and then he's just yelling at them. I love it.
It's a little bit like Hannibal Lecter saying, hey, don't eat people, kids. In high school, everybody can eat a person. But don't do it. You have to be me first. Hannibal Lecter, noted serial killer, before you start cooking up bodies and really eating them.
Can I ask what Vincent Collet thinks of this?
Vincent Collet, no. No. You complain about the foul. You are kid. I'm Vincent Collet, 5-time champion of the French Super League Mega Cup. No! And pass the ball. When you pass the ball, everybody want to be like Wemby, and then the ball go inside, and then you score, and nobody wants to pass the ball. Pass the ball! Vincent Collet! My final little trophy.
Oh, write it down.
Is the notorious B.I.G. Give it a loot trophy to Carlos Yulo, the first man from the Philippines to win a gold medal, and then the second winning 2 gold medals.
Two of them.
Historic moment in the country's history, in the country's sporting history. And he didn't just get the medals. Folks, listen to this. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the loot that the man gets.
Give it a loot.
And second Filipino man to win a gold medal in the Olympics. He gets numerous awards, including 10 million pesos with a dollar value of $172,800 for the Philippine Sports Commission. 6 million pesos. That's 103,000 from the Congress, basically from the House of Representatives in the Philippines. He gets a house.
Yes.
He gets a condo. In addition to the house, he gets a condo.
He deserves it.
With a dollar value of $604,000 plus $51,000 for the condo. And not just that. He gets free ramen for life, Shay.
Yes, that's the best part.
He's eating for life off this shit. High in sodium, but he's going to have to manage that for himself, okay? And shouts to my guy. He just got the loot.
Put his name in the history books.
Put
his name in the history books
Put
where he
his name
belongs.
Put his name on his mailbox on both his house and his condo. That's where he can mail his ramen to him.
How do you collect your lifetime supply of ramen? How does that work?
It's a good question. I wonder if they just mail you, like every year, they just mail you like 40 boxes of ramen.
Right. Or can you just walk into any store and be like, I'm Carlos, give me a bowl.
Give me a bowl. That should be how it works. Hi, my name is Carlos Yulo. I won 2 gold medals, the only 2 gold medals for men in our Olympic history. Can I have my ramen, please?
He deserves it. I hope D'Amato gets a bunch of free stuff too. Give her the free stuff. We did it again, Jason. Another perfect episode. We close every episode just by saying the names of underappreciated old basketball players with no context at all while the theme music carries us out. Zuri, will you play the theme music, please? I'm Shea Serrano. That's Jason Concepcion. Producer Zuri in the shadows making the noises. See y'all next week. Kate Douglas. I'm doing all swimmers. All swimmers.
I'm doing all Australians because I want them to know it's all Gucci. Like we squashed it. Shouts to Southern California high school legend Josh Giddey. Australian legend Josh Giddey.
I did not squash anything. It's America over Australia forever. Lily King. How about that?
Dante Exum. Mavericks legend, Jazz legend, Australian legend.
Katie Ledecky, the
Ooh.
great, the greatest.
Jock Londale.